DEI Doug and his progressives are at it again, this time throwing support behind an NDP proposal to bring the new racism into school education. What I mean by the new racism is the fact that this is the very definition of diverse equity inclusion and flips the traditional notion of let's judge not by the color of the skin and the content of someone's character on its head. Let's judge instead by the color of someone's skin so that we can somehow create a fair society. But perhaps I don't know how to talk about these things because I am holding, as the education system will now teach if this bill passes, with the support of Doug Ford's progressives, perhaps I am holding subconscious racism. I don't know that I'm racist, and therefore I need to be taught about my subconscious racism. In fact, that's included in the bill. Let's take a look. Racism means the use of socially constructed ideas of race to justify or support, whether consciously or subconsciously, the notion that one race is superior to another. So it may just be the case that I don't realize I'm racist yet, but the good news is if Doug Ford's progressives continue to support this, as his Assistant Minister of Education, Sam Osterhoff, did in its second reading and when the vote carried, I will learn all about it, or my children could learn all about it if I was in the Ontario education system. Now, the other thing that the bill provides for is performance appraisals that shall include competencies related to a teacher's anti-racism awareness and efforts to promote racial equity. So it would simply not be enough anymore to just teach education, to do the job you're sent to do, keep a classroom safe so that students can learn. No. You're going to be judged based on this diverse equity inclusion nonsense pushed by the NDP, supported by Doug Ford's progressives, DEI Doug, on board, it seems, in the second vote, carrying it through. And now we'll read his Assistant Minister of Education's comments on the matter when the bill was introduced for second reading. This is Sam Osterhoff of Doug Ford's Progressive Party speaking in support of the racial equity bill brought forward by NDP members supported by DEI Doug in the second reading. It says, I'm very grateful to be able to rise to speak to Bill C-67, the Racial Equity in the Education Systems Act, introduced by the member for Kitchener Centre. I wish to commend the member opposite for her passion and hard work to fight racism and discrimination across this province and congratulate her on bringing forward this private member's bill. Now, keeping in mind, this private member's bill is going to teach your children about their subconscious racism, focuses on DEI policies that have nothing to do with reading, writing, math, the things that our students actually need to be learning. And obviously, everybody in Ontario and Canada thinks we should treat each other fairly based on the content of their character, not the color of their skin. But that's not what this is promoting. Racial equity is very, very different. This is DEI policies being picked up and supported by Doug Ford's progressive. Speaker, I believe the member has brought forward this bill. That is a worthy bill. I look forward to seeing it come before this chamber for a vote to pass, hopefully, and also to be able to be given further study at the committee stage, a very important stage of this legislation. Then Sam Osterhoff, the parliamentary assistant to the Minister of Education, goes on to speak about all the DEI policies that Doug Ford's government has already implemented. Now, worth noting, there's only one MPP that ever voted against this so far. This is at second reading. It's not passed into law yet, but so far it's being picked up and supported by Doug Ford's progressive wholeheartedly, as you can see by the parliamentary assistant to the Minister of Education, Sam Osterhoff, wholeheartedly supporting it. So far, it's seeing support from Doug Ford, the DEI Doug progressives, and unless something changes, it will presumably pass into law. Now, only one MPP voted against this DEI initiative that is currently being supported by Doug Ford's progressives. Now, one MPP voted against it. Who was it? Well, it was the co-leader and president of the New Blue Party, Belinda Carvalhalios. Let's check it out. As you can see here, it says second reading Bill C-67, an act to amend various acts with respect to racial equity, fully carried, 72 yeses, 1 no. And as you can see, Belinda Carvalhalios is the one no. The one MPP that voted no so far in voting against this progressive bill being supported by the Unit Party and the NDP Conservative Coalition for DEI initiatives. If you are like me and you actually are a conservative who cares about people being treated fairly, not based on the color of their skin, this is the exact type of bill that needs to be struck down. And thank goodness There's one MPP that had a voice at that time to vote no, but she's not currently there. So we had one no, was the New Blue Party of Ontario. And if we want to have that voice back in this discussion, you need to share this video. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment, and put this out there that there is one party that voted against this, one party that voted against DEI Doug and his progressive policies, that he's supporting wholeheartedly the uniparty initiatives brought forward by the NDP. It's one party, one big club. There's no room for conservatives, except that there is an alternative in the New Blue Party of Ontario. I'm Greg Staley of Diverge Media. Thank you for joining me, and we'll catch you next time.